So one slide, last slide. Oh, this is the very first timing when Noraka-san and Jeff Sutherland, his father of Scrum and grandfather of Scrum. And he was doing a certified product owner course in Japan, first time. And I was there too. And after this very meeting, we went to dining together. So he arrived earlier than expected time. So he went into the class and he was looking at what Jeff is doing there. And this was the last end of the seminar, and there was a QA session there. And the question from the audience, there are a lot of questions, and Jeff was answering. And the last question was like, I'm a product owner, but I have a lot of stakeholders. Product support team says something, and my customer says something. A lot of other people come to me, and they all say this product should be like this, or their own priority they have. So I'm one person, one product owner. I don't know how to prioritize those requests. What's the question? And Jeff heard that question, and he tried to answer, but he didn't. And he said, okay, there's Noraka-san here. Let's ask him. Very wild. とっても無茶ぶりをした. But Noraka-san answered a very special answer. I was there and thinking, maybe write it to sticky notes and put it and deliver a dot seals to everybody and vote it. A stakeholder meeting, hold a stakeholder meeting and let's vote, kind of thing. I was thinking. That's one solution I was thinking. But Noraka-san's idea was totally different. He said, do a retreat. Retreat or 合宿. Took 1 or 2 days. He said 3 days. Take 3 days off. All the stakeholders, party, talk about product, and spent night together, hotels, and do discussion, 3 nights. That's what he said. And he said, the first day, all the stakeholders come from their divisions. First, they talk about their budget or goals or structure of organizations, all those written things, tacit things. But when you drink, drink and eat together, we will talk about what is not written, like where are you from? How many kids do you have? A lot of questions. And how do you feel about this product? Something like that. And at the end of one night, they all reach to the one important question. The question is, why are you here? Why are you here today? I mean, why you come to have this retreat to talk about this product? Or why did you come to Honda, the company? Maybe they have reasons. So, and talk about that one important thing together. And second day, let's start talking about the product. What's the product would be like? And after that tacit knowledge conversation, everybody understands the background of everybody, so they can listen why they say so, something like that. And third day, they can prioritize the features. I'm not sure I conveyed this idea, but an interesting story is that the second night, at Honda, they call this retreat Wai Gaya. Wai Gaya Gaya discussion. Wai Gaya Gaya. A discussion retreat. So the second night, they become the feeling of we are Honda. And the third night, they become a feeling of I am Honda. Get it? So the knowledge transformation, sense of we, and then we come into me. I don't know if it communicates well, but something Japanese. So tacit knowledge, explicit tacit flow or rotation, transformation, make a new innovation. That's what I want to talk about today. Thank you very much. It's really hard to do this in English. It's hard to do in Japanese too. Thank you for listening. Oh, okay, just more. This is a US Marine team. When they go to a enemy's place, there are three, land, marine, air. So they land from sea, so one sea. One one 海軍ってなんていうの？ネイビーじゃないし、マリンじゃないし。There are three people, but one should know how to do a good job in sea. And it's a landing, so soldiers needed. And the last air needed because there is a support from the air. So one should know the view of a bird. And they using transceiver to direct they ordered a bomb 50 meters ahead from the party. So someone needs to have experience of air. So three skills are needed. So that's why US Marine has three skills in the same part. So this also is the same of the Scrum concept, right? The customer's view, product owner, project manager view as a Scrum Master, and developer view. So three, always three. Okay, thank you.
Question, please.
It was not a developer talking to me.
We can bake well in the home. And just to set some flowers in the thing and during night you can set flowers.
I have a
So delicious.
booklet today. It's about Agile, and it's written in Vietnamese. Questions? I can give you. Hi, close. Questions?
I just wanted to ask about the last slide because when you say I thinking how to apply to my organization, so I kind of catch your idea.
This one?
Yes, the last one. No, 3-9. You said that he organized 3-9. So I just want to summary again. Which one? Well, what we do is 9 and how you want to bring to this moment. I just want to ask you when we had 3-9.
Yeah, 3 days.
3 days.
So, spend 3 days together.
Yes. So what do you want to do and develop? What is that?
It's difficult to convey this concept, but all I want to say is before discussing the priority, eat together, talk together in the same place. That's the whole concept.
So
in short. So the other things I said was example or things, but it's not the essential part. And he's just giving an idea, but not descriptive. What he said was not descriptive. Do this in the first night, do this in the second night. He didn't say that. It's just an example. But what he wanted to say was before prioritize, let's feel sympathy with others. Yes.
So if my team have no experience in cycle, have no experience, okay? So what are the advices if we want to use
Agile.
Agile in my team?
Okay.
And do you have the minimum number of people to form Agile team?
Okay. Starting Agile is difficult, but maybe you start reading books, right? But you need someone who experienced Scrum first, so that to capture the tacit knowledge. How to ride a bicycle? You don't read books. Books
You
are good.
suggest any book?
Hmm?
The name of the book?
Book? I don't know Vietnamese book.
English is okay.
English okay?
Yes.
Okay. The recent one, Scrum Guide is translated.
Conveyer.
Great. Scrum Guide. It's not a thick book. Scrum Guide. And I think Scrum Bootcamp by Japanese people are translated. It includes a lot of manga in it.
You don't know already.
Conveyer 39
Huh?
is translated to Conveyer 39 is translated to
Okay, good. I'll give it this one.
I have another question. I have another question. My question is, my company is work as outsourcing company, so I want to ask if we can use AI in our company and where exactly is the Scrum product owner in outsourcing, because we don't have chance to work directly with the product owner. So maybe it's clear.
What I recommend is client should be product owner. And hopefully he can sit together with the team. Hopefully. But offshore outsourcing is difficult.
Yes.
That's why it's difficult.
I want to use AI in the outsourcing company.
Yes.
In our team, in our company. Is this possible?
Yes, possible. I
Because
know
the
a lot.
client cannot sit with us. The client, the product owner cannot.
You can talk with him.
In fact, in our company and maybe other outsourcing company, we don't have time to work directly with the end customer
But you can talk with him.
because I don't have the needs. So my other people in Japanese will working with the customer, and I will talk with the other in Japanese in my same company.
Yesterday I was in FPT and I saw two teams working with Japanese companies doing Agile. And they used Skype to communicate with them and do the retrospective and planning over Skype. So it's possible. But they have difficulties too. There's always difficulties everywhere. But Agile is a journey to better software development. So you can solve one thing, another.
You want to say, basically, because more people for using
Sorry? I one person. First, sorry.
I have a startup team. Startup.
Startup. I see.
So I think I am a product owner. So my question is, can a product owner also be a Scrum Master?
I don't recommend.
So if not, so who is the best one to become Scrum Master?
Good facilitator. Facilitator? Someone who can make the discussion field. I mean,
So let's say we have me, also a programmer, also a product owner, two other developers,
two other developers.
one designer.
Good.
So who is the best Scrum Master if we have to pick one?
I would recommend to take someone that is a leader in the team, but a leader, not a manager. Someone that can be a servant leader in the team. I will not recommend to take an architect, because then it would be hard for him to follow the team.
I once tried a Scrum Master interns. This week you, next week you. If it's a small team.
Agile for Agile.
And ask this too.
Thank you. I have one question. As you said that in Japan now, some industry applying 20% from IT applying over 50%. So actually, why it cannot be others, or what is the difficulty?
Yeah.
What do you think?
In Japan, it's a situation about Japan. I think the overall adoption rate would be 20 or 30, still very low in Japan, compared to American or European countries. Because one is because our industry has a separate outsource always IT. They don't have engineers inside. So like banks, they don't have engineers, and they outsource their systems. In that case, there is a strict contract between the team, product owner side and developer team, and it is always, not always, but almost always fixed scope project contract. That's very difficult to do Agile. So that's one thing. I know the figure. Where do IT engineers belong in Japan? The question in Japan or in the United States? In the United States, 70% is in the not the service vendor, but the business side. I mean, bank. Oh, I recently knew that in Goldman Sachs in the United States and UK, how many percent of them have software engineers? They said 25% of employees are software engineers. It's incredible to me. Like that, in the United States, a lot of companies employs engineers inside of industry. But in Japan, IT service industry and IT user business industry is separated, no is contract. That's why it's in Japan it's difficult to adopt Agile. Yet. We are struggling too.
Sorry, one more small question. Actually, to apply Scrum, I heard that it needs some kind of self-owned IT. Self-owned IT. For the whole team, we had 2 roles, and for the team, we need some kind of self-owned IT skill.
I'm sorry.
Self-organized.
Self-organized.
Oh, self-organized, yes.
So maybe different countries, maybe some for the Japanese team, maybe self-organized very good, as in my sense. But for some country, the self-organized may be not good. So it may cause the trouble. Scrum?
I am not sure. But culturally, Japanese people are good at teamworking.
I have some question.
The last one.
Okay, I want to ask you about pair programming. Pair programming.
Pair programming, yes.
Yes, our team has implemented pair programming, but I want to know about advantage of pair programming because I see that our team, every people feel very tired when working in pair programming. I want to ask you that the advantage of pair programming.
Sorry, I'm not good at listening to Vietnamese English
Yes.
yet. So it's about pair programming, right?
Yes, I want to ask about advantage of
of pair programming.
Yeah.
It transfers skills as well as knowledge. And a productivity question, maybe? I don't know.
I want to ask you that because our team felt very tired when doing pair programming.
His team feel tired.
When he hỏi là cái
When he say if his team is trying to do a programming, but when they're doing the programming, they feel very tired.
Oh, very tight. Yes, of course. That's because your brain is working. Very tired, yes. Oh, in my team, some of my teams have one day is separated into 3 sessions. 3, not sessions, but slots, I would say. And one slot is in the morning, and afternoon 1, afternoon 2. And every session, they change pairs to refresh.
So I want to talk about how it been effective to our team working. How to make it more effective because now they feel very tired.
Change pairs.
That.
And chocolates website.
But I think that the requirement different about the pair working. Like one pair work in some other task, and one other pair work in some other task. When they switch pair, they must be learning about the requirements of some other task. So it's make them feel very, very difficult to take care of all of 2 tasks, 2 requirements in 2 tasks.
That's why we made a synchronization point each day, each time.
Yeah.
And the task is divided into that size.
Yeah. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
I think I have some experience with programming to share with you. That I can do, should not do pair programming every day or every task. You should do it in a single very critical task. So after this, the critical task is done. Every team member should be work along. So that they can refresh, they can think about, they have some freedom.
But I think that our team must be working in the pair programming on most tasks, so as it's difficult to do something like your idea. But I think that if we have a short break with in the phase, it's better than for sometimes you doing in pair programming and sometimes doing single task. It's difficult to manage the qualities of the task. So I think that's not a good idea. Thank you for saying.
As far as I know, in Scrum prototype, for development team, every member in the development team needs to be equally. To have the same role. No leader and no leader or no manager in the development team. Everyone has the same job, right? So could you tell me the reason why?
Why?
Why every member in the development team need to be equally?
Equal. Every member has their special skills sometimes, of course. Someone is good at designing, someone is good at database, someone is good at UI programming, whatever. But idea is work together and try do something new sometimes, but they have their own good skills. That's good. So doing it together is the point.
ちょっと考え方はっきりさせたいんで、ちょっと日本語で言っちゃいますけど、さっきのスライドで、そのペアプログラミングを推奨したというか、いうのは、あくまでも、例えば物に書いて伝えることができない知識を継承していくために、みたいな話じゃないですか。
この文脈ではそうです。
そうですよね。でなんかこの子たちはずっと勘違いしてるなと思うのは、その話と合宿の話がなんか一緒に何でもやれば済んじゃうみたいな、解決しちゃうみたいな。難しいね。多分だからあそこはおばあちゃんたちが持ってるような古来の知識みたいな。おばあちゃんたちは物に書いて伝えることできないけど教えてあげることができるみたいな、そういう例えば自分で言うと、エンジニアの師匠みたいな、人と一緒にプログラミングすることで、例えば今のアジャイルの話だったらアジャイルをやってる人たちと一緒に仕事をすることでその考え方を吸収してまた伝えるようになっていけるっていう部分と、
なんで日本語だと伝えやすいんでしょう、そうです聞きやすいんでしょうと思ってますけど、
それで合宿の話っていうのは、いろんな意見がある中で、やっぱりその人のバックグラウンドがあって初めてその人の意見がある。でそれっていうのはその人のバックグラウンド分かんないからなんでそんな考え方をするんだろうっていうのを分かるためにまずみんなでお互いを知り合ってからだから話し始めましょうっていう話ですよね。多分ちょっとそこを別々に考えることを説明してあげた方がこの人たちは分かりやすいのかなと思うんですけど、やっぱりこの日本の市場で考えるとお客さんバカだから、さっきおっしゃったようにやっぱりお客の部分と開発の部分ってどうしても別にされて一緒の場に座らせてもらえないから、でこの人たちもやっぱり日本の市場を相手にしてる子が多いと思うんですけど、なかなかそうやって話してもらえないからやっぱ開発がうまくいかないっていうのに苦しんでるんだと思うんですよね。でそれをだからどうしたらいいですかってここで聞かれてもやっぱり日本の市場を相手にしてる以上しょうがないみたいなところもあって、
よくわかりますし、非常に説明してくださってありがとうございますって感じなんですけど、とってもその辺のことをうまく僕にはそこまでうまく、表現はできないけれど。
ちょっと別々にね、あそこの話は別々に考えてほしいですよね。
はい、質問でもなんで日本語喋ってるの？Questions or anything? Just discuss. I'm getting tired.
My the origin of the Ozai came from Japan, but the success of Ozai came from America or Europe, right? So recently I read an article about Asian culture to be so that due to our Asian culture, Ozai cannot be very hard. It is very hard to adopt, successfully adopt Ozai.
Sorry,
So I was translating.
Yes.
So what he's saying, several weeks ago, months ago, there was an article on internet that say that Agile is difficult to implement in Asian cultures.
Asian cultures, yes.
You want to know your idea on this?
Culturally, it's natural for us, but from the industry structure, it's difficult. Culturally understandable somewhat, I mean a group of people, high context conversation, Japanese people are very good at. And difficulty, some of the part of the difficulty is, yesterday I heard of a cultural dimension of the research. It says every country has cultures, and he picked 6 axes of cultural index. One is a long-term orientation, and second one is uncertainty avoidance. In Japan, people